hope this is not the case for me. I do think of it a lot because I've never had a pregnancy scare and I'm 26. And I've been having sex since I was a teenager. So, but like, I literally am okay with it because like, if I want kids, I'm gonna have kids. Like, if I can't carry a kid, hopefully I got eggs so I can have a surrogate. If I don't have eggs, I have no problem adopting. Like, I will literally just find some kids that kind of look like me and raise them. What's up? What's up?
Just let it go. Read, dog.
I cannot believe it. Okay? Don't ever.
Cause P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no.
Pussy whip. Whips. I want the truth. You're just a flightless bird.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town? I can't hear you. You're not gonna hate me.
Liquor license?
A what?
A liquor license. Was she a dyke, a lesbian?
Now, a woman, now a woman that got a job walk, you know, with security. Am I right or wrong? You know what I'm saying? You know, they walking to the nightclub going, honey, I don't give a fuck, I don't meet nobody nowhere.
Man the fuck up.
Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
Cannot play with them. Cannot win with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it.
Right. You hear these athletes talking about, yeah, we was out there tricking. What? Why? You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. Stop paying people that you don't have no respect for. It sets it up bad for us. We got women out here can't find a man because they acting like him. You are alpha.
You're not gonna hate me.
While I hope this is not the case for me, I do think of it a lot because I've never had a pregnancy scare and I'm 26. And I've been having sex since I was a teenager, so. But like, I literally am okay with it because like, if I want kids, I'm gonna have kids. Like, if I can't carry a kid, hopefully I got eggs so I can have a surrogate. If I don't have eggs, I have no problem adopting. Like, I will literally just find some kids that kind of look like me and raise them. What's up? What's up?
I usually have an empathetic word of the day. Not today, guys. I wish that I had something uplifting to say to y'all, but I really don't. I'm struggling today. I'm struggling emotionally. I just don't have a word of the day for you. Maybe I do. Infertility. It's not a joke. It's very painful. You know those memes you see on Facebook? If y'all want to be over 40, getting a kindergarten ready, but the rest of us are going to be taking cruises and vacations. If you're one of those people that share those or laugh at them, you know, I want you to remember this video. If you have any respect for me and, you know, even fuck with me a little bit, think about me and the other women who are struggling to conceive. And when we have to see things like that, nobody wanted to be 35, 37, trying to conceive. Everybody was not blessed to get pregnant in their 20s. Everybody's body isn't the same. Everybody isn't the same. And you know what? Having life come from your body and be able to do the very thing that makes you a woman. Please don't anybody take offense to that. I'm not trying to fight with nobody today. Please, y'all know what I mean. But not being able to do the one thing that you as a woman are supposed to be able to do. I guess my empathetic word of the day should be sorry about that. I didn't want to totally just lose it in front of y'all. Even warriors get weary. And man, I guess I got a few empathetic words of the day. Even warriors get weary. What makes you laugh make somebody else cry. Be mindful of your words. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. But remember, y'all, it's okay not to be okay. Whether you're struggling to pay your bills, infertility, addiction, alcoholism, depression, whatever it is you're struggling with, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay if you can't show up one day to have a smile on your face and to be the bubbly one, to be the strong one. It's okay. So I guess that is my empathetic word of the day. It's okay to not be fucking up. I'm not okay for that. It's not. But I will be. I was gonna make this post friends only, but fuck it. You know, if I get any negative comments or whatever, they'll be blocked. Assuming that this has passed and I'm back to anger, then they'll just get cussed out like I know how to do. But be kind, be compassionate. If you're on your way to work or you're at work, you don't know what somebody had to leave at that time clock. You don't know what they're going through. So just be mindful of other people. Be a human. That's it.
There you have it, guys. When a woman is going through a scenario with box issues, that's when the world should be mindful. So the question begs, hey, sis, if your box wasn't going through this, should I be mindful, or would you be mindful, or you wouldn't care unless something happened to your box? And the reason why we play this video is because you got to deal with bitches like this. Give me 1 second. This shit is wild. Yeah, that shit is funny as hell. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, let me move over here. Let's go to the other. Let's go here. Oh, God, I don't even know where to go. I got a lot of work for y'all. My goodness. Let's go here.
Okay, they're only nice to get. They literally are not nice, okay? Okay, well, maybe they are. But they're only nice to a certain extent, okay? They literally are not nice, okay? Nice guys finish last because they aren't nice. They literally are not nice, okay? Okay, well, maybe they are. But they're only nice to a certain extent, okay? They're only nice to get something in return. They're not nice because that's just the way they are to anyone and everyone. They're particularly nice to people they're attracted to. Number one, they actually aren't nice to just random people or something. They're nice particularly to someone they're attracted to. And when they are attracted to them, they're obviously like, usually that's when they like love bomb and everything, right? Like the first couple of minutes that they meet, and they're nice to them and everything. But if they don't get that thing that they're wanting, then that act just drops. Like it drops immediately. Okay, that's why when like guys, like if they hit on you, right, and you're like, oh, I'm not interested, sorry, and they're like, oh, you're ugly anyways, you're a B-word anyways. Like, bro, I wasn't even actually like trying to ask you that. Like, who? Like, bro, what? Brother, all I said was no, thank you. What do you mean I'm ugly? You came to. Bro, it's okay. It's okay to get rejected. Okay, I want to make that one thing known. It's okay to get rejected. You know how many people in this world, people are underestimating it. Brother, there's like 3 billion other women in the world. It's okay if you don't get this one person. There's so much other fish in the sea. Okay, so much. Okay, everywhere. Okay, but you like they just get so mad when they get rejected, and it's like, brother, calm down. Okay, But yeah, and if you do decide to actually go on a date with them and stuff, they'll be super nice. They're happy to pay for the bill, whatever, right? What? I can't come in your house. Or what? We're not going to spend the night together. Or what? I will get something in return. It's like very transactional. Like, I'll only be nice to you and pay for dinner if I get this thing in return. And it's like, what?
Ma'am. I know this shit sounds like Chinese to you because you have been programmed, but let me explain something to you. Why did you go on a date with that man? Because he looked nice and I thought he was a nice person. Was he poor and broke? No, I would never be with a broke man. So when you chose him, he thought you was choosing him the whole way, not just to pay for dinner. Well, I was going to choose him for more than the whole way, but I wanted to get a chance to know him. So why does he have to pay? Well, that's just what men's supposed to do. Well, what is the woman supposed to do? Waste a little time, let the guy keep paying, and then I'll eventually give him some pussy, and I hope he likes it.
Like, you're not entitled to it just because you were decent. Okay, I think people forget, even if you're a nice person, great, right? But being nice isn't this like big thing. Being nice is a normal thing.
Just remember, guys, being nice is not a big thing to these bitches. Pay attention. Y'all, you keep thinking these are good people.
Decent. Okay, I think people forget, even if you're a nice person, great, right? But being nice isn't this like big thing. Being nice is a normal thing. At least it should be a normal thing. Okay, you're not special for being a nice guy, girl, whatever, right? In this case, a nice guy. You're not special for that. You're a normal person for that. It's like, cool, you're just normal, right?
There's one problem. Why does he have to pay for dinner to be labeled as nice? Take that off the table. Fuck being nice as being normal. Take the paying off the table. And can he just be nice?
So I don't know why they expect to get some type of reward for being a decent human being. You might think because there's so much...
Whoa. You heard what she said? She said a reward. Man, what reward would you possibly have to give a man? A reward? Yo, brothers, they talk about this pussy against you niggas like it's something. That's why I'm here to let you know this is just pussy. And guess who got to turn this pussy out? Me? You? She just got the pussy. We got to turn it out or we out the door. Fuck you mean you giving me a reward that I got to work, bust ass to turn it out? That's my reward? No, bitch, I take that serious. I take that as the key to your soul to turn you the fuck out. Because this is how, and this is the thing that you guys need to understand. You guys all been through this, whether you're in a relationship or not. 80% of the time, bitches is acting like this before you fuck them. In a relationship or not. They believe giving you some pussy is a reward, depending on how well you fuck them or whatever else you doing. That's going, determine how nice they be because she gave you a reward. So after she gave you a reward, she still gets the option to be nice or not nice to you.
Okay, you're not special for being a nice guy, girl, whatever, right? In this case, a nice guy. You're not special for that. You're a normal person for that. It's like, cool, you're just normal, right? So I don't know why they expect to get some type of reward for being a decent human being. You might think because there's so much horrible men in this world that you being decent makes you...
Stop the show. So many horrible men in this world. Do you have any experience of that other than men calling you a bitch because you ain't talk to them? Ain't nobody thinking about doing nothing to you bitches. Not the way you girls put it. Women walk around through the hood where it's supposed to be so dangerous with impunity.
For being a decent human being. You might think because there's so much horrible men in this world that you being decent makes you special. It doesn't. Okay, unless your bar is low, then it does. But yeah, no, it does not make you anything special. You're just a decent, normal guy. Okay, but yeah, nice guys are not very nice when they don't get what they want, aka the bedroom. As soon as
when they don't get what they want, aka the bedroom. And that's why I take you guys through these classes so that you can understand. This is what they got to offer you niggas. You niggas keep wanting these bitches to be more than that. Because they get to lie to you. And I'm going to tell you why. Because You want a bitch to have real talk with you. You know, you be like, yo, man, we black people, we supposed to be together, blah, blah, blah. That bitch is like, yo, I got this reward. Can you act right? Can this reward garner some money and dinners? And can this reward that I got in between my legs? So what do? I show you what the reward really is. Let's segue. Time to segue, guys. Let's go. What is the reward? What's the reward? Let's get it.
From what I've seen in research, a lot of women of color have this issue, and sometimes it's genetic and sometimes it's not. That's why I decided to share my journey to help you guys out. So if you're going to be like getting married soon, you want to have children one day, or you just want to know about your health, like I would recommend going to get these things checked out. I wish I had more information a few years ago, because we could have gotten rid of them and we could have handled this, and then I wouldn't have had to go through all the miscarriages that I've gone through.
There you go, guys. That's your reward. Now, I didn't know she was going to say that. I had just put it there because she had said, you know, black women go through this all the time. Just to let you guys know, look, she's telling you about a reward. This bitch right here, she got a husband. He got the reward. Look at what he got.
Children one day, or you just want to know about your health, like I would recommend going to get these things checked out. I wish I had more information a few years ago, because we could have gotten rid of them and we could have handled this, and then I wouldn't have had to go through all the miscarriages that I've gone through thus far. I've gone through far too many.
I've gone through far too many miscarriages. And that man was there as well. So is he a nice guy? That's why we say, yo, you gotta go to this level in order to get the real truth. The other bitch, clearly, she believes her pussy is a reward. So did this woman. Yeah. So did she. You hear me? But look what happened to her. She got a great man, a provider male, a nice guy, and she put that man through too many miscarriages to count. Is that the only problem, class? Hell no. Because what do I teach you? She, after all those miscarriages, she will still try to run a baby through that bad car wash and give that man any type of baby you could find, like, handicap.
Gotten rid of them and we could have handled this, and then I wouldn't have had to go through all the miscarriages that I've gone through thus far. I've gone through far too many that no one should have to even go through. God's timing is the best timing, and it's better late than never. So
God's timing is the best timing. She'll run that baby through that bad car wash, and that baby come out with bumps and bruises. She don't give a fuck. She'll blame it on God. That's how horrible these bitches are. You had too many miscarriages to count, and you still want to run a baby through there? For who? Why wouldn't you want that man to go get a good car wash baby? Where his baby come out clean like the car wash. These bitches ain't shit, nigga.
no one should have to even go through. God's timing is the best timing, and it's better late than never. So I'm going to go lay down on my heating pad because I need to, because I just did the most with standing up to talk to you guys. Here's my heating pad that I've been using.
This what her husband got to go through. He trying to get some pussy. Look at her. Ain't no man going to try to, man going to be like, yo, boo, you all right? He going to care about you. You know he want pussy. He know he want pussy, but look at you.
That I've been using. And here is what I've been putting. I've been putting this on my incisions for it to help a little bit, but you guys, this is just Like, I'm super thankful to God that, like, we have insurance and we were able to even do this. But it's just, this is just not. This is just not how I thought I would be ending out the year. Like, we were supposed to travel for our anniversary and that's canceled. We were supposed to do like a nice vacation and that's not happening, and this is just not how I thought I would have to be in my 20s, like getting all these surgeries and getting all these different tests just to try to have a kid. Like, if you
Talk to him, Platt. Talk to him, King. We know what this is. We are professionals around here. The woman is in her 20s. Damn shame. If women would just, she would get one of her friends to top him off. Brother, we have unlocked the most selfish act in women known to man, because it all comes through the pussy. The selfishness. Then try to talk about men with money wanted transactional. You made it that way. All the way to here, to after you got the husband. This is still a transaction that you're willing to cash in on for yourself. Selfish bitch. That man got money. She said he was going to take me on an anniversary. I never thought that my pussy would double cross me in my 20s.
Like, I'm super thankful to God that, like, we have insurance and we were able to even do this.
I'm thankful that we had insurance, because to reconstruct my pussy after too many miscarriages to count, that shit costs a lot of money. We covered that before. How they get these men and they'll get on his insurance. We had one bitch some Indian bitch, the husband left her and she had to try to get the surgeries by herself and she couldn't afford it. Like, these pussies cost money and they keep running around in their 20s acting like it's going to be all good.
It's just, this is just not.
Well, these bad pussies cost money.
This is just not. This is just not how I thought I would be ending out the year. Like, we were supposed to travel for our anniversary and that's canceled. We were supposed to do like a nice vacation and that's not happening, and this is just not how I thought I would have to be in my 20s, like getting all these surgeries and getting all these different tests just to try to have a kid.
Sis, I know you a little broken up right now. Are you taking any questions? Please, sis, I only got one question. Go ahead, Prince. Will it be safe to say that you was just born with bad pussy? Can we simplify this? Can you just say, look, you one of the sisters that got bad pussy? Let's just call it what it is.
Reason getting all these different tests just to try to have a kid. Like, if you grew up in like a household like mine, or even just like in a culture where it's like, don't have sex when you're young, like stay away from boys because that means you're gonna get babies and rabies. If only it was that easy. Like, growing up, they make you think like holding hands you'll get pregnant, but there's more to it than that, and it's been
right. This is when you get to see how women finally realize I have been systemically programmed all wrong. They taught me that no, my pussy could catch rabies from boys and boys are bad. Everybody taught this shit. Say, I don't know what decade to start this shit, but in heavy decade, I would say after 2000. Let's say 2000. But you could go to 98. But I'm talking about heavy, 2000 and up, right? This pussy is the prize. This pussy is the prize, to where they had turned around and programmed men to believe that shit. And if you ain't got a brother like me, you would still think that, no matter how much information you know about pussy. because it goes way further than you could imagine, to where everything you thought was right. They're programmed to not deal with men, have a 20s whole phase, then try to get pregnant and think it's all good. Y'all thought they could just do that. And y'all still say, hey, bitch, you know it's a wall out there. Didn't matter to them.
It's been such a hard process, and it's just annoying that it's like you're so ready to be a parent. You're so ready to bring a child into the
No. That's not the case, class. Class, the case is I got me my man to fleece. I need to cash in. I got the man. I'm ready to cash in. I never thought my pussy was garbage.
such a hard process, and it's just annoying that it's like you're so ready to be a parent. You're so ready to bring a child into this world, but it's just not happening. And like, again, I'm super grateful that they found that other fibroid that was in my uterus, but like that's another 3 months of having to wait, and it's just having to be patient in this whole entire process. And honestly, it's just not something that I wanted to do. I never like thought I would have to have surgery and be in this state. And you guys trust me, like y'all may think that I'm doing really good being here on camera, but I'm in so much pain and this is so much agony. And I'm trying not to take the medicine like that they gave me, the pain pills, because I just have my own personal things with that, and I don't want to become a drug addict. And obviously, like, you just never know. It's just a lot. And you don't realize, like, I'm so grateful to God for having overall good health all these years, but I feel useless because I can't.
Right. Now we're talking, class. She has overall good health. You understand me? Yeah. Yeah, she could lose a few pounds, but she has overall good health. That ain't good enough for us men out here, sister. You got to be all the way good.
And you don't realize, like, I'm so grateful to God for having overall good health all these years, but I feel useless because I can't do anything. Like, I can't clean, I can't cook, I can barely sit. And I'm grateful. My husband has been doing an amazing job.
My husband's been doing an amazing job. We finally got the nice guy. Okay, so when you hear the other woman talking about fuck a nice guy, this woman has a nice guy.
Taking care of me, but like, I just don't like feeling like I can't do anything. So I don't know if this is just hormones or the medicine or the surgery on its own. But
well, see, that's the beautiful part of when you get to just talk to the internet by yourself. Now, if you was talking to my class, we finally got a question, class. We finally got a question. I've been doing this lecture, but now I have a question. Let's play this back. Let's see who's telling the truth and who's not.
So I don't know if this is just
class. The question is this. She's going to say, I don't know if it's the surgery or the medication or this and that, the reason why. Listen.
An amazing job taking care of me, but like, I just don't like feeling like I can't do anything. So I don't know if this is just hormones or the medicine or the surgery on its own. But
is it the hormones, the medicine, or the surgery why she's crying and why she's sad? True or false? I'll make it easy for you. True or false? Is it the hormones, the medicine, and the surgery? Is that the real reason why she's sad? I guess I'll say true or false is too easy. That's too fucking easy. Why? Why is it not the medicine? Hey, why is it not the medicine and the hormones? Because the key is, she said she feels useless. So that's the hint. She said she feels useless. And then she's going to say, well, I don't know if it's my hormones or the medicine, the reason why I'm sitting up here crying. No. What is the reason why? The key word is she says she feels useless. I'll play it back for you.
Like, I just don't like feeling like I can't do anything. So I don't know if this is just like, and I'm grateful. My husband has been doing an amazing job taking care of me, but like, I just don't like feeling like I can't do anything. So I don't know if this is just like, if this is just hormones or the medicine or the surgery on its own. But if you guys have also had surgery, let me.
That's right. That's right. That's right. This shit ain't got nothing to do with no hormones. She mad that her box ain't worth a damn. And she know that she got a good man. And she doesn't want to appreciate the man because he's doing for her what she would never do for him. Facts. Now, I know y'all don't understand that. But what he is doing for her with her box out of commission and willing to put his baby through her badass pussy, she would not do that for him. And she'll get on this damn computer talking about, hey, I don't know if it's my hormones. No, bitch. You know that nigga leave your ass because you got bad pussy. That's why you crying, and you don't want to appreciate him because he's doing for you what you won't do for him. Unbelievable.
Let me know how you guys have felt, but I never thought I would come on here like this, but I think this is super important. So that's my update for day 3. It's just a whole lot of pain. Like, yesterday the pain was bad, and today the pain sucks too. But I'm able to move around a little bit on my own, like at first by myself. It was super painful, but now I can, which is, I thank God for too. All right, you guys, so that is it for my little update.
All right, let's move on, man. That bitch is a one funny bitch. I'll give you that.
They didn't get what they want. Not very nice when they don't get what they want, aka the bedroom. As soon as they don't get what they want, they will go off. They will show their true personality. Okay, so that's why I low-key prefer, that's why most people I feel like prefer the bad boys and stuff, because at least then you know what you're getting. You literally know what you're getting, even with the playboys and stuff. Like, I would literally rather have a playboy or whatever approach me than a nice guy. Not actual nice guy, just a nice guy. Because at least I know your intentions, okay? At least I can be like, oh, no, thank you. And then most of the time, they'll actually be fine with it. If you're a playboy, like, you don't really care. You're like, okay, like, you're just waiting for the next time you shoot, okay? Like, you don't actually care that much, right?
Pay attention, guys. Class about women. She'll rather be with a bad boy. I mean, clearly we're not taking her word for shit. They just say any fucking thing. But it's always a little bit of truth into why they live. Not why they live. Why they tell you delusional shit like what they want out of you.
Because at least I know your intentions, okay? At least I can be like, okay. So that's why I low-key prefer, that's why most people I feel like prefer the bad boys and stuff. Because at least then you know what you're getting. You literally know what people I feel like prefer the bad boys and stuff. Because at least then, that's why I low-key prefer.
That's why people prefer the puffy. Bad boys. They prefer puffy. Bad boy.
They will show their true personality, okay? So that's why I low-key prefer, that's why most people I feel like prefer the bad boys and stuff. Because at least then you know what you're getting. You literally know what you're getting, even with the playboys and stuff. Like, I would literally rather have a playboy or whatever approach me than a nice guy. Not actual nice guy, just a nice guy.
These bitches are batshit crazy players. This bitch is crazy.
Or whatever approach me than a nice guy. Not actual nice guy, just a nice guy. Because at least I know your intentions, okay? At least I can be like, oh, no, thank you. And then most of the time, they'll actually be fine with it. If you're a playboy, like, you don't really care. You're like, okay, like, you're just waiting for the next time you shoot, okay? Like, you don't actually care that much, right? But I can at least appreciate their openness to be honest, okay? They know what they want. They'll try. If you say no, it's like, cool, whatever, okay? But with the nice guys, they will either push for it, or straight away when they get rejected, they'll get very defensive and very, very upset with you. Their intentions aren't clear. And when they usually do get what they want, if they do end up getting what they want, as soon as they get it, boom, that nice act is gone. So it's like a lose-lose situation. So yeah, this doesn't obviously exclude everyone, by the way. I mean, include anyone, because obviously there are some people whose niceness is taken advantage of. And that happens both for men and women. But in this case, it does happen to men as well. So when women take advantage of someone being nice to them, even in movies and stuff, I feel like that's when it's most shown, is usually the girl will go back to her cheating ex or whatever, or this horrible toxic ex, compared to the nice guy that generally just liked her and was good to her. And I guess that's kind of where that thing came from. And
ma'am, it's a show of choice and independence. It's feminism at its best. And for you to try to, and that's what everybody's been saying to you people, you can't flip the switch on and off. Are you appreciative of that woman making her choices with her independence? Or do you stand for the bitches that don't move like that? Clearly, you're a fence walking bitch.
To the nice guy that generally just liked her and was good to her. And I guess that's kind of where that thing came from. And if that has happened, obviously that's not your fault whatsoever.
Wow.
But majority of nice guys are just nice guys, not actually nice guys. And that is why they finished last.
Nice guys finish last because they're not nice guys. Let's go.
So, but yeah, Kilo, the face ain't there, child. So I got to see your face before I. Where you calling us from, honey?
I live in California.
California. How old are you?
I'm 42.
42. And what you do for a living?
I'm a business owner. I own a seasoning company called Jersey Girl Seasoning, and I own a thrift store out here called Pretty Little Treasures.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
Yep, I have 5, and I got 4 at home.
Okay. How old are your 5?
I got 5 kids, and I got 4 still living at home with me. And I'm on Kendra G, and I'm looking for somebody to come on through. What's up?
Kids.
23, 17, 10, 7, and 4.
All by the same man?
No, 3.
3 men. Why are you not with the 4-year-old dad?
He's in another state, and he's a cheater. He didn't want to come down here after I got pregnant, so we went our ways.
Were you guys in a relationship?
Yeah, I've been on him actually since we've been 12 years old.
So you said he didn't want to come down there. Were you guys long distance?
Yeah, he lives in Spokane.
And you live, where are you calling me from? Oh, California.
California.
So you guys were in a committed long distance relationship?
Yes, we was.
Okay. Did you ever talk about what would happen if you did get pregnant?
We planned our daughter. That's the funny part.
Oh, wow.
We were supposed to move down here. And then he kept cheating, and I found out about it.
Ma'am, I'm trying to be fair here. You just said you was in a committed long-term relationship. Once you said that, I was like, oh, so he could do his thing. Bitch, you live in 2 different states. Fuck you mean he cheated? Fuck you mean he cheated and you live in 2 different states and you was in a long distance committed relationship. This shit don't even make sense. Ma'am, you was in a long distance committed relationship and he cheated. That shit don't make sense. Now, when did he cheat? He cheated after you got pregnant. Now, that's why Kendra need to always ask them bitches, hey, did you put him on child support? Because you know that's what she did. Hey, you know that's what she did. She put that man right on child support.
Wow. You guys in a relationship?
Yeah, I've been on him actually since we've been 12 years old.
So you said
10, 7, and 4.
All by the same man?
No, 3.
3 men. Why are you not with the 4-year-old dad?
He's in another state, and he's a cheater. He didn't want to come down here after I got pregnant, so we went our ways.
Were you guys in a relationship?
He didn't want to come down here after I got pregnant. I knew that I would be able to fleece him for child support.
Yeah, I've been on him actually since we've been 12 years old.
So you said he didn't want to come down there. Were you guys long distance?
Yeah, he lives in Spokane.
And you live, where are you calling me from? Oh, California.
California.
So you guys were in a committed long distance relationship?
Yes, we was.
That don't make sense. It's an oxymoron. It's a fucking oxymoron. How the fuck could you be in a committed long distance? I don't get it. It's my fault. My fault, man.
Yeah, he lives in Spokane.
And you live, where are you calling me from? Oh, California.
California.
So you guys were in a committed long distance relationship?
Yes, we was.
Okay. Did you ever talk about what would happen if you did get pregnant?
We planned our daughter. That's the funny part.
Oh,
We
wow.
were supposed to move down here, and then he kept cheating, and I found out about it. And so after I found out about the whole cheating, we kind of tried to make it work, and then I kept finding out more stuff about him, and I was just over it.
So is he you only have one kid by him?
Yes, my daughter,
Your daughter. Okay. What's your zodiac sign, Samara?
Scorpio.
Scorpio. So we got Samara.
This is a mean woman, son. You could tell she mean. She got 5 children, be just fucking niggas and putting them on child support. That's fucked up.
California, 42 Scorpio, business owner, thrift store.
Yo, the bitch put that nigga on that California child support. I hear that's just as rough as New York.
Scorpio. So we got Samara, California, 42 Scorpio, business owner, thrift store, mom to 5 kids by 3 men. Have you ever been married?
Yes, I was married to my boys' dad for almost 13 years.
Which one of your boys is dad?
All 3 of their dads. All the boys got the same dad. Only the 2 girls got different dads.
How old is the boys?
17, 7, and 10.
Damn, this bitch pussy can go. Sheesh.
Okay, so you have a child at 23 by somebody. Then you got married and had 3 kids by your husband. Y'all got divorced, and then you got a baby by the other guy.
Yes.
Damn.
Why did y'all get divorced?
I ain't gotta hide it. A lot of people know about it. I found out he was molesting and raping kids.
Oh, come on. Oh, hell no. Oh, yo, bro, I didn't know she was gonna say this, dog. Come on, man. I mean, do we ever get it's never the same story. These bitches really got different stories, man. They really be entangled in some wild shit.
Divorced, and then you got a baby by the other guy.
Yes.
Why did y'all get divorced?
I ain't gotta hide it. A lot of people know about it. I found out he was molesting and raping kids.
So if I get with you, I'm gonna be with somebody who was with somebody who molested.
Divorced, and then you got a baby by the other guy.
Yes.
Why did y'all get divorced?
I ain't gotta hide it. A lot of people know about it. I found out he was molesting and raping kids, and I shot him.
He's in prison?
Mm-hmm.
That's horrible.
Yeah, I've been through a lot.
Right. And Kendra G is the dumb bitch that's gonna put you up here in front of men. Ma'am, take your ass home.
That's horrible.
Yeah, I've been through a lot.
Well, I'm happy he's in jail.
I am too.
Okay. Oh God. Okay.
Kendra, you gotta know when to disqualify. Kendra need to incorporate this new shit in her program. Ma'am, you need to be disqualified. I'm out here to put people together that haven't been through the shit that you've been through. Let's just put it that way. You gotta find your way. How they say, you ain't gotta go home, but you got to get the fuck out of here. Like, you gotta disqualify something. You just can't bring everything to the table. Like, come on, boo. You just had a new man, long distance. Go work it out with that nigga, man. Why would some man want to come around and be loyal to your 5 kid having ass pussy?
I am too.
Okay. Oh God. Okay. All right. So we got Samara, California, 42 Scorpio, business owner, owns a thrift shop, mom to 5, married once. What kind of man are you looking for, honey?
I like him older.
So let's start there. You're 42. What's the age? What's the youngest?
I would rather 45, and I would stop at 54.
Rather 45, stop at 54. Okay.
Fucked up.
If he is under 45, I wouldn't do no younger than my age, 42. I've never dated nobody my age. So between that, and I say that just because it takes me a long time to mature, and everything I've been through and where I'm at in life, I want somebody who's stable and knows what they want. They ain't trying to club. I want a man of God. I want somebody who got kids so they can understand my motherhood. They got to be driven like me because.
Dang, this bitch got a whole list of shit. That's crazy, man. Dang. Why she can't just be happy with being this light-skinned older bitch that's fucking niggas in her own hood? Why she want to bring this to the internet and try to showcase this shit? Why she can't just be that bad bitch in her own hood, in the neighboring hoods? Like, what's up?
I own a few companies and do a lot of stuff. I want somebody who makes me laugh, like somebody who got a sense of humor and good with kids.
Okay. What's your deal breakers?
Smoking,
Smoking.
a liar,
A liar.
somebody who's not involved with their own children.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
Hold on. So which baby father was this? Hold on. So this is the one that got the 3 kids. So she was married to the one where she got the 3 kids by, and he was the one that's in jail. And she has requirements. This is wild. You married that nigga.
A liar.
Somebody who's not involved with their own children.
Okay.
He's not involved with his children. He got 3 kids by you and he's in jail.
Should he look a certain way?
No, I can't really say you gotta look a certain way. I don't want nobody short. I'm already short, so but they don't got to be extremely tall. Like I'm not one of the ones that I need a tall guy. He don't got to be extremely tall, just taller than me, because I'm 5'6".
5'6" is short?
Yeah, that's my height. 5'6" is short. And if I
No,
put,
you said that you're short. I don't think 5'6" is short. Short is like 5'10".
oh, okay. Well, because a lot of people say I'm short, so maybe that's what it is.
Child, I'm 5'6" with heels.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're short then.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay. So taller than 5'6".
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's something that's a FYI, and it really makes sense. So Kendra G's a 5'2" bitch that's talking down on men. That's some of the things that men really don't like. Ma'am, you're 5'2", but this is the society we live in.
Should he make a certain amount of money?
I won't say make a certain amount of money, but he should be able to take care of his lifestyle and be able to help in the household.
Okay. Should let's do the Kendra can. Wait, help in your household?
Well, his household, my household, absolutely my household, especially if we decide to become one. Of course, he should have his own car. He should have his own place. I have all of that.
Yo, I want y'all, take this time out to give Plain. We're playing that, the guy from FedEx died out there in Memphis with Plain. FedEx took care of Memphis, right? FedEx took care of you blacks out there, B. Give a little moment of silence for FedEx. And then you got Platt. He talking about more baggage than Samsonite. More baggage than Samsonite. Now, how the fuck he expect us to know what that is? More baggage than Samsonite. The only reason I know what Samsonite is because, what time is it? I can't be saying everything. One of my gladiators is a flight attendant, and they deal with Samsonite. So that's the only reason I would know what Samsonite is. You think the rest of us know what some damn Samsonite is? Hell no. You niggas don't know what Samsonite is. You got to be paid. You got to have some money to know what Samsonite is. Let me tell you niggas something. That man said more baggage than Samsonite. We don't know what the fuck that is. Only way I know what it is because one of my gladiators is a flight attendant. If you niggas know what Samsonite is, you got money. Because I tell you like this. If you don't have money, you're not even, like when you search for luggage and shit like that and Samsonite come up, you move past that shit so fast you don't remember the name. Let me tell you something. Right. The number one employer in Memphis, FedEx. Niggas better understand. B. Now, the only reason I know all that Plain is because, I watch golf and FedEx, they play for the FedEx Cup. So they do these FedEx documentaries all the time. That's the only reason I know all that shit. Now, King Disagreeable. This woman, she got 5 kids. The man she got 3 kids by was her husband. And guess what happened? He went to jail for being a Peter Wild. He went to jail for being a Peter Wild. My grandfather worked for Flying Tigers and them FedEx head mechanics. Yeah, FedEx is powerful, man. I respect FedEx, B. They're serious. That man made that company. That man did his thing. People don't. I guess that's the type of show we could do with my Gladiator, because we're all well-versed brothers over here. We just keep it on the box trying to help other brothers. But yeah, so the man that she married with 3 kids, he went to jail for doing stuff to the babies, yo. And she's on Kendra G trying to get another man to come get her dark ass pussy. Not only did the man that she was married to with 3 kids go to jail for doing something to the babies, he's really in jail, right? She just had a long distance committed relationship. She had a long distance committed relationship with a dude, right? And she found out he was cheating because he was long distance. And after she got pregnant, she said, yo, if you don't come down here to California, I'm putting your ass on child support. He decided not to come down. And she said, well, I'm going to go on Kendra G and get some other sucker to come. Yeah, these bitches ain't shit. Let me tell you something, man. And Kendra like, yeah, girl, get on out here for these niggas. Unbelievable.
Well, his household, my household, absolutely my household, especially if we decide to become one. Of course, he should have his own car. He should have his own place. I have all of that. He should have all of that.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay, so do I just sit this down? Hold this one.
Right. I don't see why she don't want to be the bad bitch in her hood, just like I knew she was. Bad older bitch in her hood. She want to go international. This bitch ain't shit.
So they can see me.
Keep that toxic shit in your hood.
With us.
Oh, man. Niggas, oh, shit. Niggas in the hood will knock your old ass down, but you think that this shit, wow, that's that light skin privilege. This is light skin privilege right here. Bitch, know she over the hill. Okay. There you go, guys. How much? How much, my niggas? How much? 42 years old, 5 kids. One of the babies was did something to the kids. The other baby father was a long distance. She put everybody on child support. She collected child support out the wazoo, getting tattoos and hair done and nails did, right? How much to be with this woman per month? You got to be in there. She said 4 kids are still in the house. So you got to be over there. You don't got to live there, but you got to be over there when she get off from work. She worked from 9 to 5. 4 kids in the house. You got to be there from 5 to 9 a.m. Take her out 3 times a week, once on the weekend with the kids. She goes on a period for 7 days. You get 5 of those to yourself. How much? It's a no for me. I'm gonna need 2,500. Shit. Well, I don't see how it's a no. That bitch gonna be like, look, I like you, Platt. I'll give you that 2,500. I think you need to price up a little more if you really trying to not fuck with her. Like, these bitches will buy you brothers at this man auction. You hear me? She gonna say, oh, Platt, you trying to charge me 2,500? I got that. Let's go home, player. You going home to me and my 4 kids. Oh, yeah.
See you, mama. We got you, girl. So we got Samara. Do you want the new guy to be in California?
Now, here's the only bonus. Only bonus, guys. She must make love to you whenever you say so. So if you like to slap this bitch around in the face with your eggplant, you get to do that. Hey, I'm giving you guys the bonuses. You get to slap this bitch all around with your eggplant in her face.
We got you, girl. So we got Samara. Do you want the new guy to be in California?
I don't mind if he's out of state. He just got to, again.
And she gets pregnant really easy. She gets pregnant really easy. This is dangerous. She got 5 kids, dog. She gets pregnant really easy.
In California.
I don't mind if he's out of state. He just gotta, again, are you willing to travel for love? Are you willing to leave and come here?
Are you willing to travel for love? Are you willing to leave where you are from to come be around me and my 4 kids? Yes. She will allow you to slap her in the face with your eggplant. I mean, what do you want to do, guys? How much?
Because I'll leave just depending on the situation. But is he willing to come here as well?
When was your
That bitch? I bet you that bitch need to say, look, I'm looking to give somebody $2,000 a month. I'm looking to give a man $2,000 a month to come here, honor, obey me, be loyal to me, do what you got to do with me in the bedroom. I make sure that I be a good woman to you. I got $2,000 for any man. Now, that's the reason why she can't do it. It got to come through the man auction because this is contractual. So it's got to be a contract to it because you don't get to just play with these people money. If you don't live up to the shit, you got to pay up, dog.
your last relationship?
Almost 2 years ago.
Okay, so that's where you were telling us that was with your daughter's father, the 4-year-old? Was
No.
2 years ago?
No, that was with another guy. He was 2 years ago.
Okay, got you. Okay.
Hey, yo, hey, Platt, that's all you get. That's all you get, player.
Years ago.
Okay, so that's where you were telling us that. When was your last relationship?
Almost 2 years ago.
Okay, so that's where you were telling us that was with your daughter's father, the 4-year-old? Was
No.
2 years ago?
No, that was with another guy. He was 2 years ago.
Okay, got you. Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
7 months ago.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Right.
Patience. OCD. I got OCD bad. I'm a neat freak and I'm trying to control it. And giving my heart. Like I'm real loyal. I'm loyal to a fault. So to me, knowing when to walk away and who to give my heart to, I think is my downfall.
Okay.
There you have it, guys. My gladiator coming in, man. Soon. What else do I have for you niggas? Let's go sad. Let's go sad, players. Let's go sad with this work.
Most of the time, while the guy is involved, he's obviously very involved, he may not know exactly everything that goes on with it or be that knowledgeable, at least at the beginning. I think once you get into IUIs and IVFs, they get to know and understand a lot about it. But the stage that I am at with my husband, he really doesn't know a lot about what is going on with TTC, if that makes sense. I'm probably not explaining this well. Okay, so I started temping when we first started. I began using OPKs at one point, and he didn't really quite understand everything that it took. Like, okay, you have a certain length of a cycle. When you ovulate, it's only maybe like effective 2 or 3 days. And then you've got 2 weeks until, you get a positive and then your period begins. Like he didn't understand any of that. So it was really hard when I was having long cycles for him to totally get it because, he would be like, well, if we have sex right now, obviously, that helps towards getting pregnant. And it's like, well, it doesn't always work like that, So recently though, he's really started to get it. I had to go see the doctor a couple of months ago and then again, and he went with me to all of those visits. He went with me to see my endocrinologist about my thyroid. So he's starting to get it. He's starting to understand that this whole 40 to 60 day thing is not normal and is hindering our chances. So I've also, with him understanding it, seen a lot more of him being depressed or anxious or down about it. We went to the park yesterday to just hang out because it was really beautiful outside and throw a Frisbee. And afterwards we sat down on a swing and we were talking. And, he told me that he had confided in a friend of his that we were having difficulty getting pregnant and that
There you go. So let me break this down for you. So it was really nice outside, right? And they went outside to throw some Frisbees for a little while, right? Right. And they were sitting on the swings and shit, and they were just talking. And he was telling her, like, yo, I was over there with Brad and them, and I was telling them, yo, it's fucked up, man. Can't even. Matter of fact, hold on. He was telling Brad and them niggas, they was just talking about, you know, babies and shit like that. And he was telling Brad and them,
Her womb is so polluted. I can't even have a fucking little baby with her.
and you know, so he was just letting her know that, you know, he was talking about her. He was talking about her bad pussy. You understand?
We went to the park yesterday to just hang out because it was really beautiful outside and throw a frisbee. And afterwards, we sat down on a swing and we were talking. And, you know, he told me that he had confided in a friend of his that we were having difficulty getting pregnant and that his friend had talked about their experience. And they're much older. They're in their 40s and they had a child when they were like in their late 30s. And so his wife had also had a really hard time due to her age. And so he was trying to give David advice and David was passing it along to me. And it was kind of that advice that everyone gives you where it's like, oh, you know, it'll happen when it happens. And
now the other woman, she was in her 30s and she was still able to have a baby. You know, she just had the geriatric pregnancy. But in this woman's case, she knows that her box is completely garbage. So the guy David had told her husband, hey, don't worry, it'll happen when it happens. You know, keep your chin up, player. And she was saying, yo, don't listen to David. We have a different set of problems. You don't understand what the fuck is happening to me.
He was trying to give David advice and David was passing it along to me. And it was kind of that advice that everyone gives you where it's like, oh, you know, it'll happen when it happens. And, you know, it's all in God's timing. And, you know, you just need to stop stressing about it. And it really pissed me off. And I told him that and I said, advice like that pisses me off because
See, advice like that pisses me off because you don't know what I'm going through. It's not the same. My pussy's really fucked, David.
You know, it'll happen when it happens. And, you know, it's all in God's timing. And, you know, you just need to stop stressing about it. And it really pissed me off. And I told him that and I said, advice like that pisses me off because I don't feel like they really truly get it. And he told me and he said, yeah, it pissed me off too. So I think he's starting to get it. My sister recently announced that she is pregnant and she's due in October. And me and my husband were sitting and having dinner one day and he was like, golly, I am so sick and tired of every single time your sister posts on Facebook. It's about the baby. It's about the fact that
so his sister or somebody's sister, they're pregnant, right? So David told them, yo, keep your head up, and she got mad because she know her pussy ain't shit. Then the nigga's sister, they're pregnant now, and they keep putting on Facebook stuff about their baby and how it's gonna be and how life is gonna be so great, right? And this woman is very upset. This bitch ain't shit.
And me and my husband were sitting and having dinner one day, and he was like, golly, I am so sick and tired of every single time your sister posts on Facebook. It's about the baby. It's about the fact that they're pregnant. Okay, we get it already. You're pregnant. And so it was like, are you a little jealous that she's pregnant? And he's like, no, I'm happy for her. But, you know, it just is another reminder that we're not. And I was like, yes, like that's where I'm at too. And you get it. And so like, it's kind of nice to have someone to commiserate with. But at the same time, I'm a little sad that he's at that point where he's, you know, upset about it. And, you know, he made a comment the other day when I had gotten really down where he said, you know, I'm just as upset as you are. And, you know, I wish that we were pregnant right now. And I didn't understand either, you know, how difficult this would be. So that makes me cry to think that he's at that point too.
You heard? Now you guys get it? Ain't fucking funny. I get the laugh. You don't get the laugh. This shit ain't funny. Look at her husband.
And, you know, I wish that we were pregnant right now. And I upset about it. And, you know, he made a comment the other day when I had gotten really down where he said, you know, I'm just as upset as you are. And, you know, I wish that we were pregnant right now. And
I'm just as upset as you are. I mean, you're a great woman. Your pussy don't work though. And look at her. She gonna get to crying.
And I didn't understand either, you know, how difficult this would be. So that makes me cry to think that he's at that point too. So, I didn't think I would cry here in this video. So I'm trying to be a little bit more happier around him because I don't want him to be upset about it either, and him to, be worried as much as I am. But we're coming up on a year. It'll be a year in June that we've been trying, so almost like a month and a half away from that. And we've only had 7 cycles. I think this is cycle 7. I forget. We've only had 7 cycles in that year because we've had really long ones. We've had ones that have lasted 79 days. The one
Yo, stop this shit. Yo, cut this bullshit out. Hold on. Oh shit. She don't want to get her health together, but she wants to have a slow baby. Facts.
I'm on right now. Today is day 61. And then we've had cycles that have only been like 32 days or 35 days. So, it's been weird because this whole process so far, we really haven't had a shot. At least it doesn't feel like we've had a shot. Like, it's not like, I've been like, oh, okay, I have a positive OPA and now we get to, BD, and then, there's a 2-week wait. Maybe we're pregnant and I'm having signs and symptoms. It's never been like that. It's been like, well, I guess I haven't ovulated. Now we have to wait a month and a half, pray you have to show up so we can try again. And even then we're not even positive it's going to happen. So I went off on a tangent, but I guess my question, if there is any question in this video, is what is it like with your husband during this TTC process? And is there anything that you would suggest? I know that he wants to be involved and he wants to know about this stuff, but do I just hide it from him so that he doesn't have to bear the burden with me? Yeah. So I didn't cry too much. There were no tears.
Ma'am, are you sure that you want advice from my people? Are you sure that you want advice from my people? Because from your story, the evidence says everybody around you is getting pregnant. Do you want the advice from my class? My class has the real truth for you. Now, will you accept it? I'm not sure. Class, what would you tell this woman to do? Because clearly she's a selfish bitch. That's all. Yo, bro. The stories are endless, bro. Selfish people. That we saw that one girl, she left that dude because she couldn't do it. Only one person. Only one person left that man because she couldn't, live up to her end of the deal. Other than that, she's not leaving that guy. And she'll have a slow baby. And she'll say, yo, God gave us what he thought we could handle. He never gives you more than you can handle. And that's a fucked up way to do that. Let me tell you, that ain't right. I mean, how good of a man is this guy? He's a fucking saint. You don't get any better than this dude. He's walking around moping, people laughing at him.
I had to go see the doctor a couple of months ago, and the 60-day thing is seeing a lot more of him being depressed or anxious or down about it. We went to the park yesterday to just hang out because it was really beautiful outside and throw a frisbee. And afterwards we sat down on a swing and we were talking. And, he told me that he had confided in a friend of his that we were having difficulty getting pregnant and that
he confided to a friend of his, yo, the bitch got bad box.
His friend had talked about their experience, and they're much older. They're in their 40s and they had a child when they were like in their late 30s.
They had a child when they were in their late 30s. She had a geriatric pregnancy, but this guy, her husband's, she got bad box.
And so his wife had also had a really hard time due to her age. And so he was trying to give David advice, and David was passing it along to me. And it was kind of that advice that everyone gives you where it's like, oh, it'll happen when it happens. And, it's all in God's timing. And, you just need to stop stressing about it. And it really pissed me off. And I told him that, and I said, advice like that pisses me off because I don't feel like they really truly get it. And he told me, and he said, yeah, it pissed me off too. So I think he's starting to get it. My sister recently.
My husband said, yeah, that shit pissed me off too. Because I tried to talk to my friend and let him know that, yo, my wife got bad box. And he was just trying to tell me, yo, keep your chin up. you know? So I was like, damn.
Announced that she is pregnant and she's due in October. And me and my husband were sitting and having dinner one day, and he was like, golly, I am so sick and tired of every single time your sister posts on Facebook, it's about the baby.
Her sister and them got pregnant, and they keep posting on Facebook about the baby. And her husband is upset while they was having dinner.
I am so sick and tired of every single time your sister posts on Facebook, it's about the baby. It's about the fact that they're pregnant. Okay, we get it already. You're pregnant. And so it was like, are you a little jealous that she's pregnant? And he's like, no, I'm happy for her. But, you know, it just is another reminder that we're not. And I was like, yes, like that's where I.
Yeah. So David, or the husband, was telling her, yo, it's a reminder. It's a reminder of that we're not pregnant. And the bitch was like, yes, I'm so happy that he doesn't leave me because my box ain't shit.
It just is another reminder that we're not. And I was like, yes, like that's where I'm at too. And you get it. And so like, it's kind of nice to have someone to commiserate with, but at the same time, I'm a little sad that he's at that point where he's, you know, upset about it. And, you know, he made a comment the other day when I had gotten really down where he said, you know, I'm just as upset as you are. And, you know, I wish that we were pregnant right now. And I didn't understand either, you know, how difficult this would be.
She was down one day and her husband said, look, I'm just as upset as you are about it. You're the love of my life. Shit, when I grew up, I never thought it would be this difficult just to have a baby. And that's a nice way of saying, bitch, I chose wrong.
I wish that we were pregnant right now. And I didn't understand either, you know, how difficult this would be. So that makes me cry to think that he's at that point too. So, I didn't think I would cry during this video. So I'm trying to be a little bit more happier around him because I don't want him to be upset about it either, and him to, you know, be worried as much as I am. But, you know, we're coming up on a year.
There you have it, man. That nigga, what's good? You're not gonna hate, man. Yeah, man. The man's pissed off. And like I said, y'all know the story, class. We watch all this stuff on YouTube and we sit there and we watch the sisters have back and forths with the guys. And we like, bitch, you really ain't shit. You talk about men ain't shit. You really ain't shit. Like, that shit don't make no sense. Like you really ain't shit. Like, for real. Like, we talk about nice people and stuff like that.
Also, I wanted to make a part 2 real quick because I forgot to mention that the doctor asked if I had an ectopic pregnancy before. He also asked what kind of birth control I was using, and I told him an IUD, and he asked me, was it the Mirena? Yes, it was the Mirena. He said, okay. So I feel like there's more to this, and I could be digging. I could be speculating. Sorry, I'm from the South, so but I feel like there's more to it than what he could say. I don't want to hope the worst. I'm not trying to dramatize this at all, but I just feel like it just keeps getting bad, you know, like it's just getting worse and worse. I don't know. I could just be in my head about it. But it's hard to not think or have, you know, good thoughts about those things, you know, like he said. I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic, and I want to be optimistic, but there's a reality to this, And I don't want to get my own hopes up because then I let myself down. And I don't want to do that. I'd rather just have great news and think realistically that there could be an issue and then like come up with, I mean, if there happens to be good news, then just wait on it, you know, like let it be that. I don't know. I'm really bothered by this. I'm really shaken. I did not expect to have both of them be affected. And I had someone ask, like, what does it mean to have a blockage? It's either scar tissue or mucus or whatever that could be in the fallopian tubes. I don't know. And people are saying that, you know, you can get that fixed. But
all right. So this is for my guy, that nigga. You wasn't here. We started the show like this.
I usually have an empathetic word of the day. Not today, guys. I wish that I had something uplifting to say to y'all. I really don't. I'm struggling today. Struggling emotionally and mentally. So I just don't have a word of the day for you. Maybe I do. Infertility. It's not a joke. It's very painful. You know those memes you see on Facebook? If y'all want to be over 40, getting a kindergartner ready, what the rest of us are going to be taking cruises and vacations. If you're one of those people that share those or laugh at them, you know, I want you to remember this video. If you have any respect for me and, you know, even fuck with me a little bit, think about me and the other women who are struggling to conceive. And when we have to see things like that, nobody wants to be 35, 37, trying to conceive. Everybody was not blessed to get pregnant in their 20s. Everybody's body isn't the same. Everybody isn't fertile. And you know what? Having life come from your body and be able to do the very thing that makes you a woman. Please don't anybody take offense to that. I'm not trying to fight with nobody today. Please. Y'all know what I mean. But not being able to do the one thing that you as a woman are supposed to be able to do. I guess my empathetic word of the day should be sorry about that. I didn't want to totally just lose it in front of y'all. Even warriors get weary. And man, I guess I got a few empathetic words of the day. Even warriors get weary. What makes you laugh may make somebody else cry. Be mindful of your words. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. But please remember, y'all, it's okay not to be okay. Whether you're struggling to pay your bills, infertility, addiction, alcoholism, depression, whatever it is you're struggling with, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay if you can't show up one day to have a smile on your face and to be the bubbly one, to be the strong one. It's okay. So I guess that is my empathetic word of the day. It's okay to not be fucking okay, because I'm not okay today. I'm just not. But I will be. I was gonna make this post friends only, but fuck it. If I get any negative comments or whatever, they'll be blocked. Assuming that this has passed and I'm back to anger, then they'll just get cussed out like I know how to do. But be kind, be compassionate. You go if you're on your way to work or you're at work, you don't know what somebody had to leave at that time clock. You don't know what they're going through. So just be mindful of other people.
There you go, guys. There you go. There you go. Yeah, these people are sick, bro. Bro, these people are sick. It's not us, guys. These people are sick.
I'm back on the couch of doom, but I think it's because of the vaccine after effects. I don't think this is birth control. Like, I'm still cramping, but I don't think we should blame this one on birth control. Y'all, I'm getting really excited about stims, and I don't want to be I don't know if that's weird, but I don't want to be excited because I want to be realistic and know that it could take more than one round. It could take more than one round. We could have a failed transfer, so many things that could be happening, and they could break me, emotionally, mentally. They could really break me. And so I'm afraid to be excited.
It ain't y'all, pimp.
Hey, beautiful people. Welcome to another talk on the silent struggle. Infertility in the Black community, y'all. It is your girl, Stephanie Combs, also known as Dr. Combs, and I am your infertility advocate, okay? I am your infertility advocate. Do you know that infertility is not a them problem? It is a we problem. Yeah, it is a we as a collective problem, because it seems as if only a certain demographic experience infertility, and that is talked about. And it seems as if our issues with infertility aren't talked about. And I have no idea why, but we are going to change that narrative. Okay? We're going to change that narrative. Look, did y'all know that Black women are twice as likely to experience infertility? You didn't know that. Yet half as likely to get help. That's sad. We are twice as likely, I'm going to repeat that, twice as likely to get diagnosed with infertility. Yet half as likely to get help. And there's reasons for that. We're going to talk about that more in great detail. For too long, y'all, we have suffered in silence. We have carried the shame. We have carried the burden. We have carried the weight of not being able to become mothers. And it's partially due to the healthcare system failing us.
So, sis, are you taking any questions? Are you taking any questions? Would you think the better thing to do for women to just be with their men and love their men? Would you think that would be the most simple way to fix everything? So that goes to show you fellas where we are. We are in a horrible space going forward. For this woman to even make this video should let men know. It's over, player. You know? Sorry, guys. And it is true. Everything's based on diet. You cannot eat what you want to eat. You must eat to live, not live to eat. They know all the fly sayings and everything. They know it all. They know it all, man. They know this stuff, guys. They do this shit to keep up with white society. The most embarrassing thing that Martin Luther King and everybody wanted. They didn't, Martin wanted you to segregate, but still, stop segregation, but he still wanted you to do you. He didn't say go be this wig wearing, trying to be white person. Even the Prince got to take a sip of tea because you know how these videos go. We start out on fire, and the shit just end up pissing us off. You heard? Because we understand now this shit is realer than hip hop. We get it. They living to die instead of dying to live. Everything backwards, son. But they know it. They know this though. We have studied enough to know that they know this. They actually know it. Everything that they're doing is wrong, but I just want the freedom of my choice. It's fucked up. Like I say, we come out at the beginning of the show, we always laughing and kicking ass. We go off. But then, at least for me, it becomes a point in the show where it just gets sad. Bitches play all this sad music on account of their pussy. Like, man, get it together. They get to playing all this sad music. We like, damn, the community has taken a hit in a major way. And it's the same thing that Trump and them fighting for. Trump and them is trying to give these bitches money to get married and have a baby. You know? Like, that Matrix shit was real. You know, remember on the Matrix when Morpheus was telling Neo, look, they got fields and fields of newborn babies. Like, they're not creating regular no more. They doing these babies scientifically, and they got millions of them. Shit is wild. They're like the frog that put in the pot in the cool water, and then the pot is set on the stove and the temperature is turned on medium, and before you know it, you got frog legs. It's crazy. It is crazy, dog. Only if most black men really knew how bad they were. See, they still get away with it because I'm gonna tell you why. Because other women don't want to put it out there to help other women en masse, and it's so weird though, because say you're a woman with good box, it's almost disrespectful for you to come out and speak up for them. They like, oh, you don't know what we talking about. It's just all wrong. That's also because their numbers are dwindling and they don't really want to let that information out. Yo, the numbers are done. The numbers are done. Trump knows. They said you got like the replacement rate. The replacement rate is under the toilet. The replacement rate is under the toilet, players. And that's white people. So you can only imagine what happened to the black people, because what they say about black people, we do everything better. We do everything better. When it comes to deleting these babies, we do it better. When it comes to being rainbow, we do it better. When it comes to doing everything, we do it better. And they stand on that. They stand on that, Pepper. Yo, it's 100 degrees out here today. That's why I was doing these live streams, because yo, it's 100 degrees. I can't be out there in that heat like that. You know, wait for it to cool off a little bit. That's why I was like, well, let me do this live stream. You know, by the time we finish this, it should have cooled off a little bit. But one thing you can say about when it gets hot in the black community, even though you got the wigs out, at least they'll start wearing little things. You know what I'm saying? So you got that. You know, bitches that probably look weird in jeans look a little better when they take it off. So outfits are cheaper. They've been lying about the numbers of black people for years. They said we've been at the 13% of the population for the last 30 years. I agree with that. I think it need to be a whole bunch of new studies. I totally agree with that. I think it need to be a whole bunch of new studies, Pimpin'. I'm with you on that. Because the studies will make if they do some new studies, shit will look way worse. And all these dumb conversations that these people are having, they'll know it's worse than the shit you talking about. Yo, it is burning out there, player. Burning. Yeah, I saw this white woman with her daughter this morning when it was still cool out. And this white woman, it was over there by Dunkin' Donuts. She was telling her little daughter, yeah, we got to hurry up and get back into the house because this heat is not good for our bodies. I was like, that white woman, no. Telling her little daughter, yeah, we fucking vampires. You know, we can't be out here in this shit. I was like, yeah, I know. Black people, we don't have that problem. You know, we're not vampires. We could go out if we choose to. It was burning. It was a damn heat wave up here, son. So I figured, yeah, I would go out in the evening. You know, these bitches, they get naked out there. Maybe you can, talk to somebody or something like that. Compliment somebody or something in a hypersexual way. That's how we do it. Ain't none of this internet bullshit.
Absolutely. Did you know? Here's some more stats for y'all. If you don't know, I love numbers. I'm a research girl, so I love to dig and find out information. But this is for you to know because this is really important. Did you know that only 8% of Black women seek fertility care treatments, as opposed to 15% of white women?
That's not the stat you need to be talking about. The question is why. The question is, why do they do that? My class could tell you why. So anytime you're watching shit on the internet, you know it's bullshit, especially involving the pussy, because you have been informed, you have done the research. Ain't shit they could tell you, son. Ain't shit they could tell you, players. That's a promise.
You didn't know that. Only 8% actually seek fertility treatment. Of the 100% of that gets diagnosed, only 8% of those women actually go to the doctor to see what the cause of infertility is. We have to do better. Did y'all know that? Did you also know that Black women wait twice as long to get help? Prime example, I am 40. I just started getting help for this, 2 years ago? When my first miscarriage was back in 2000 2011.
My first miscarriage was 2011, and she did this video April 25th, 2025. And remember, guys, never feel bad, because there's a saying that we have over here: behind every bad box, and you guys finish it, behind every bad box, we have a saying that we say over here. Behind every bad box. Finish that up, players. Behind every bad box. Finish the phrase. I mean, you niggas gotta. That's what happened to us that day when that guy Charles came over here. Brandon, one love, King. Yo, when that guy Charles came over here, I didn't have any of my classmates over here. So when Brandon came over here, Charles, this guy named Charles came over here, right? And he was like, yo, what you doing, man? Why you worried about these women and this and that? And I didn't have my classmates to say, nah, brother, to help school him. And he was very upset. But the phrase states as follows: behind every bad box is a good man. Yo, that's what you call working together. Because you know that saying that they say behind every good man is a good woman, or even better woman, some wild shit. Well, let me tell you guys something. Behind every bad box is a good man. Praise Jesus.
Can I get an amen? Cannot play with him. Cannot win with him. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it.
2011 was my first miscarriage. But I should have been advocating for myself back then, almost 20 years ago. But 15 years ago.
15 years ago, she had a miscarriage and said, oh, well, I'll get his pussy to somebody else.
And it was my first miscarriage. But I should have been advocating for myself back then, almost 20 years ago. But 15 years ago. But I waited. I should have advocated for myself back then, but I did not. We have to do better. Did you know that we are 3 times more likely to have fibroids because of our genetic makeup? And that's my current issue. I have fibroids within my uterus.
Ma'am, you are not informing our class. We know this shit already, but I get it. Because in the class, we often say, hey, they think you niggas are dumb. They know that men care about the box and nothing else, and don't want to know the inner workings and all this other stuff. And they talk to us like we're just so stupid, but not us. She's trying to school people. Can't school us.
Because of our genetic makeup. And that's my current issue. I have fibroids within my uterus. That's my issue. And plenty of African American women's issue with infertility. And last but not least, did you know that our IVF success rates are 30% lower than our?
Now, I did not know that. I did not know that Black women's IVF rates are 30% lower. Wow. That's what you get for trying that shit. That's crazy. It ain't got shit to do with genetics, bitch. It's true. It got everything to do with systemic programming. If you wasn't programmed, you would eat right, you would get with a man early, and you would make that happen. And whatever happened to you wouldn't matter at that point. But when you play this game, whole phase 20s, this is what happens. When you ignore that you had a miscarriage 15 years ago, ignore that you caught gonorrhea and chlamydia and it blocked your fallopian tube. Ignore the bacterial vaginosis that you didn't take care of and the bad bacteria overtook the good bacteria. Didn't know that you couldn't be consuming yeast and fungus as your everyday diet.
Parts, 30% lower. And I'm sure there are several factors that contribute to that as well. But here's the truth. Here is the truth. Infertility is a medical issue. It's a medical issue. It is not a failure.
Well, yeah, you would say that, especially when it happens to you, unfortunately. We have taught ourselves enough to know that this starts way early from a dietary standpoint. At that point, the line of failure goes, you could basically call it generational. You could basically call it generational, you know?
And I know we carry around that burden, that shame, that we feel like we are not able to be the mothers that God has called us to be. But we have to remove that layer of shame from ourselves, that layer of guilt and condemnation that we put on ourselves. Because it's a medical issue. And it also takes faith in believing that God will make it happen for you. But you have to advocate and go to the doctors that created the care and the treatments to help you understand why you are infertile. But it's time out for us to walk around in shame. We are worthy of the support, the treatment, the hope, and the motherhood, y'all. We are worthy of that.
I know none of you guys thought when you grew up you would be watching videos like this about black women getting pregnant after they tell you all the time. Well, it's weird. Put it like this. Because if you go to Kendra G, they definitely got children. But once you step outside of Kendra G, they ain't got no children. It's weird. But you can mainly say the new generation. The new generation is fucked. They ain't got nothing. They don't have babies. When you hear people talk about, oh, you got baby daddies, that's the old generation. New generation ain't got shit. They're actually begging to have a baby. And we say this would go all the way up. So you say the end of the last generation. So you say 40 and below it. End of the last generation, dawning into the new generation. Yeah. I mean, that was the class, man. We did good. This sad ass bitch, all they do is try to justify the fact that they fucked up. Oh, I'm big, I'm beautiful. Just justify how they fucked up. While the men are healthy, having a little steady job, not rich, got their cars, got all the fly shit that everybody else got, just not rich. And these bitches think they could talk down on niggas. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Because one thing that we're willing to show you is what's that bitch name? Ebony K. Williams, all the way down to Bull Dagger, all doing the same thing to get to conceive. Pussy's fucked up, going scientific, and claiming black community and black power. My bitches might as well be in Wakanda doing all this scientific shit. All right, I'm gonna come back later, guys. All right, thanks, players.